everybody.
Welcome back.
Hey
Welcome
guys,
back.
how's it
You
going?
beautiful people out there in the
That's
virtual
right.
land.
Hey, if you're not already following us, follow us on Blockbuster Benchwarmers, all the socials. We got TikTok. Remember this guy right here? Does a stellar
Let's
job.
go.
Instagram, YouTube. If you care to support us, go to Patreon, Blockbuster Benchwarmers. Be appreciated for any support whatsoever.
We are all over the place. We're like salt. Like everything has it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
in everything. Like we're the ingredient in everything.
Salt of the earth.
Yeah.
Right here, bud.
We're the salt of the interwebs. At the moment.
Yep.
No, well, we got a good little following happening. So if you're missing out, if you haven't done it yet, you're missing out on some fun stuff.
Yep.
So yeah. Other than that, how's everybody doing this time of night, this time of week?
Not too bad.
You know, it's not doing too bad. College football just wrapped up.
Yeah,
Yes.
dude, that was a wild game.
Great game. Yeah.
Which I was complaining about
Yeah,
at halftime.
that first half was slow. Did you watch any of it?
I got to
or the
watch a
highlights?
little bit of the second half.
All right.
Because it was
Well,
the first
you
half.
picked the
didn't
right
miss
half.
much. Yeah.
Because, dude, it started slow.
Yeah.
It was what? Was it 10-0 at half?
It was 10-0
And they
at
only had
half.
just scored right before half.
Yeah, it was just a lot of just getting stuffed on run plays. I was complaining about the fact they kept running it right up the middle, and then immediately, Fletcher, is that his name?
Yep.
Does the same play they've done 12 times that
And
game.
then just takes
What,
it to the
57
house.
yards?
Yeah.
57 yards? I mean, killed it. So.
Yep.
Apparently the coach knows slightly more than I do. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you're like, I guess the coaches know what they're doing.
Yeah, Miami almost did come bring it back a little bit. They made it competitive at the end
They
there.
made it competitive.
Yeah.
One mistake, just like that Chicago game. I mean, there's just
Yep.
one mistake.
The
took it
Chicago
all
game.
away.
Poor Chicago.
Always the bridesmaid.
Yeah.
I do have to say, I expected more faith to be given to like the passing. But they were both run heavy.
Oh,
They knew
yeah.
what they were doing.
Very
They were
run heavy.
Now, I will say Indiana's play actions were just
Yeah.
so on top of it.
Oh, yeah.
There was multiple times where they were getting some solid play actions for some gains that,
Yeah.
that really opened it up. So
Yeah. So,
it was a good game, though.
Yeah.
It was a good game.
Props
Indiana
to
knew how to
them.
play as
Yeah.
a team, and they knew what their weaknesses were. Again, I feel like based on what I saw later when I watched the full highlights, you could tell they studied Miami very hard. So I
Yes.
think they
Yeah.
did really well with what they were doing.
Very much
because of
so.
that.
Right.
You know, and it just came down to a mistake.
Yep.
Because Miami could have either taken the lead, right?
Yeah.
If they would
Yeah.
have scored that at the very end, they could have won, essentially.
Yep.
But one
Yeah,
mistake.
they just couldn't quite get it together.
But
So
good
now
game.
I've heard the criticism and the praise for NIL opening up the door for Indiana to be able to pay for some of their support that they're going. Because 2 years ago they were just hot garbage.
Yeah, they were stinky.
Yeah.
Well, and even now, I mean, I know they just won.
Right.
They didn't have more than a 3-star recruit.
Right.
So it's not that they were. It's not even that they were good. Like no offense
Right.
to the players or the coaching staff, but on paper, if I have a lineup of 3 stars and a bunch of bums,
Yep.
otherwise, as far as scouting goes, and you put me up against a Carson Beck and a bunch of 5-star or even any 5-star recruits, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, the 5 stars are gonna.
Under normal circumstances.
Yeah. So they still weren't even considered good going into the year.
Right. They were the underdogs going into the playoffs still.
Yeah.
And they steamrolled through everybody. So.
Do you think the teams super underestimated them, or do you think they just? I mean, they played well.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to take that away. I mean, do you think? Because sometimes in sports, we always laugh about how people play
Yeah.
down to who they're
Right.
against.
But it's
Do you think
funny,
people,
you say that, but they were
underestimated them?
undefeated though still, which is
That's
which is
true.
a wild
That's
thing to
true.
say because you're not entirely wrong though because people were definitely
Yeah, there was a
always
couple there
still
where I'm like,
come on,
what happened?
It's
Right.
Indiana, they're going to choke at some point,
Yeah. Yeah, they just kept waiting for them to
100%.
play like they're
Right.
supposed to. and
But
it never
also
happened.
the coach, they must
yeah.
have a really good staff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all the way around, because
Yes.
their adjustments and ability to kind of capitalize on mistakes. Because
Mm-hmm.
that's the one thing that they're good at. Because me, I'm like, no, I would change it up. He's like, no, we're just going to stay consistent. And consistency worked. Like,
Yeah.
no, I know this is going to work. We just keep running this style of play. And
So that's the Hoosier way going back all the way to the
That's
70s.
Hoosiers.
Well, and if they do the right things, I mean, this championship could open up a lot for their school.
Oh,
It'd be
absolutely,
interesting.
yeah.
I'm a fan of new blood sometimes. Now, then if Indiana wins
Yeah.
the next 3 or 4 times, I'm like, damn Indiana. But
Yeah.
at this
But
point,
it was
like,
nice seeing Indiana and Miami because I know some people were just saying, all right, if Indiana doesn't make a run for it, kick them out anyway,
Yeah.
But shoot, they proved everybody else wrong. So
Yeah.
it was, I saw an Instagram clip of right before the game.
Yeah.
There was a guy and goes, hi. He was in an airplane. He was like, hey guys, I'm
Oh.
Dave, and I like having a good time. So I need you from the front of the plane to the back of the plane to go, Hoosier. And dang it, he did.
Hey, he was living his best life.
He was having a grand old time.
Which I mean, they did the the impossible. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be good. Did you see their backup quarterback just entered the portal? Though?
Yes.
The younger brother, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Younger
the
brother. Yep.
He's got 3 years of eligibility left. which in football terms, that could mean he could play until about 2037.
Yeah, because Miami's guy was in his, 7th year or 6th year?
Yeah, he already graduated.
Yeah, that's wild
Yeah,
to
he's already
me.
been graduated.
So, all right, can you explain that to me of how he technically is not eligible? Well, he's eligible, but not taking any classes. I thought it was the two are combined.
I thought so too, and I don't
That
understand
you
it.
had
I
to
don't
be
understand
taking
how it
classes.
What somebody told me, and they could be completely wrong, is that he went to JUCO first, so those years didn't count.
Yeah, but he's not taking classes, though. That's my thing. I always thought that in order to be eligible to play, you had to be taking classes.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I guess, yeah.
I don't have an answer for that. But once I realized he'd already graduated, I was like, how's he doing this?
Yeah.
Like, that's some dad out there playing.
Right. Like, I could understand, all right, he's a super senior. Yeah, that I can totally understand. 'Cause I know the COVID rules had something to do with it, where they gave the blanket ineligibility for everybody because of the shorted season.
Yeah.
So I know that had some effect to it. But, yeah, the rest of it, I could not.
You know, because if he's been graduated for 2 years,
But
COVID was,
it still comes down to like my thing of like I thought you had to be taking classes because the whole student athlete part.
So I'm reading. Apparently they made a COVID waive up until the 25-26 season, and because of that waiver, you could still play after classes.
Interesting.
So this is the last.
So he was.
I think this
he
is
was
the last
milking-
This is
hurrah.
last hurrah. Like, he either needed to win or
Okay.
Well, I think for everybody, I think they're coming to the end of this being a thing.
Right. All right. So
Hopefully, that's what it
so they're
seems.
just milking the eligibility as much as they possibly could, which
Basically,
is
he found a
fair.
loophole.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, they put it there, might as well use
All
it.
right. Well.
Yep.
Oh,
So
props-
now, let's see what he does
props
now.
to him.
I mean, he
playing the
might as
system.
well.
Yeah. Again, props for playing the system.
Has he
so.
said if he's planning on entering the portal for NFL, or is he?
I think he has to. I mean,
Yeah.
otherwise, and
He
he's
just-
Or
Heisman
just moving on to an actual
that's
career
true,
now.
he's the Heisman. He's not moving on to.
No,
career.
He's like, I
not.
am now actually an accountant.
No, right.
Yeah. Didn't y'all hear him? He doesn't go to school.
No.
He's like, bro, I don't even know
He's
what
gonna be.
school it is."
He's like Ben Simmons. I don't need class.
Oh God. Poor
I mean,
man.
he could be like J.R. Smith and just keep on rolling through different.
Hey.
That's true.
He's
Just go to
golf
different
now, yeah,
sports.
that's right.
Yeah,
Why not?
Just hop around.
Just re-roll that eligibility.
Actually, you know
amazing.
what?
That wouldn't be the worst way in NIL life. That wouldn't be the worst way to live.
Even before NIL, as far as the
No.
ways that athletes work after
Yeah.
their thing, if all you did was go play some amateur
Yeah.
college sport that you were like you
Well,
went to join the bowling team, you know what? That's better than half of the retired athletes.
it's the story of like all the kids are like, hi, what's your major? Hi, mine's art history.
Yeah.
Okay, well then you're gonna go get your master's in that, and then you're gonna get your doctorates in that.
Yeah.
So then you can go teach all of that
Yep,
at the
that's
same
exactly it.
university, so you don't actually have to pay on anything.
Yep.
Yep. That's so funny.
So
That's my dream.
Yep.
That's my dream.
I'm never going back to school if I can help it. Like,
Yeah.
I'll go back one day. Why not?
yeah, sure, for my kid's graduation.
Yeah. They're like, oh, I'll be there when
Yeah.
my kids are there. And I just,
exactly.
like, some,
The next graduation is going to be my child's. It's not going to be mine.
See, when I'm retired and bored, I feel like I'll do something.
I'm going to be playing golf.
You're playing golf, yeah.
No, I'll be that old fogey. I'll be playing golf all day long. I don't care about
I can see
that.
myself enrolling in like mechanic school. Like, why not? I'm gonna go play with some cars.
So you gotta go like a year and you get your
gotta
certification
go.
right after the first year.
Right.
Like, I want to learn to weld. I'm welding today.
Yeah.
Why not?
And like every day you're just having a new.
I'm gonna be like the
major.
old dude at the community college, just soaking
Okay.
it up. But
Yeah. Like that's just Dave. He's just been
Yeah.
here for 27 years.
Right. Not actually doing anything.
No.
Yeah. He's like, I'm here.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of football,
All
I mean,
right.
we had a lot of I'd say fun, but games.
Yeah.
Like
Games.
is like the Chicago one, for instance, right? Because my whole guess was gonna be the meme was Jacksonville versus
Yeah.
Chicago. Once Jacksonville got out, I was like, well, let's still go for Chicago. Man, you prove like all they did was just prove.
Let it be
that they
known.
weren't
I've
ready.
only missed 2 guesses so far.
Yeah.
I don't
So-
remember what my guesses were. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So
100%.
the only one. Yeah.
Yeah, like as far as I'm concerned,
The only ones I missed were the first round where I thought the Steelers were going to beat. The Texans have been screwing me over because I thought the Steelers were, or was it? Yeah, I think the Steelers I thought were going to win.
Yeah.
And
think I said that
then
too.
and then again they screwed me out because I thought no, because I thought who did I pick for the next one? No, I thought the Niners were going to beat this. No, I'm trying to
LSU
remember.
Mud Dogs.
Yeah, either way. I think I think I had the Bears winning over the Rams. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, Rams.
way.
They showed you why they're
Yeah.
why they're the more experienced team.
Yep.
They did their thing.
Yep.
Now, at this point, I'm kind of like, It's just I don't care. I'm just gonna like we'll see. I'm just gonna we'll see how it
Bo
goes.
Nix is out.
Yeah, Bo
so
Nix too.
Poor
Which
guy.
the likelihood that the Broncos have much left in them is low.
All right. Yeah.
because
Now,
they play the Patriots.
would it be
next,
really
right?
cool
Yes.
to see like a Nick Foles situation?
Absolutely.
I'd love it, but let's face
Foles
it.
even tweeted that out too. It's like, well, historically the Patriots aren't great at dealing with backup quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's true. So
It's just crazy.
and it's not that Drake May has that much more experience, except
No.
he plays snaps as
The-
a starter. So
the
that's
only
I would
thing-
argue Broncos team is still better than
Yeah.
the Patriots, but the
What's
quarterback
gonna
situation
what's
is
gonna
really
make it
good.
or break it is if the Broncos defense could get as many takeaways.
Yeah,
you
I
know.
mean, if they just play solid defense and give that
'Cause-
quarterback enough time to hand the ball off correctly,
Yeah.
we're good to go.
Because
Yeah, you'll be
that
fine.
last game between the Patriots and the Texans, they were both giving the ball away.
Yeah.
Like they were both just like as every time that the Patriots stopped the Texans with an interception or something, the Texans came back and stripped it or fumble sacked.
Yeah, they were
Drake
they were
May.
trying to
So
hit every ball
Now, what's
possible.
unlikely is that backup has probably not seen. I'm sure he went to practice. I'm sure he did his due diligence.
Mm-hmm.
You got Bo Nix at starter. He ain't played with them starters.
No,
He's not-
At very least on the bright side, it's not like a day before decision. It's
That's
like
true.
They announced
Yeah, they've
it
known
this
for a little
week,
bit.
and so now they can say, all right, all week you're getting as many full
Yeah, just
speed
take
reps.
snaps
That game is
Yeah.
Saturday.
Learn your
It's
learn your
on
reads.
the 25th.
And honestly, if they just do a simple
Sunday.
system like
Yeah,
a
that'll be
1-2
Sunday games.
read,
Yep.
Yeah.
1-2
the 2
check
o'clock
down,
game.
I mean, they'll be fine.
Yeah. All I know is I'm praying real hard for the Broncos to win because Lord knows I can't have another Patriots Super Bowl in my house.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
good.
No.
Yeah.
At this point, I think I'll probably go for the Seahawks. If I had to choose one, I'd just do that.
I'm almost
Seahawks
there.
are a
I'm
good-
one game
good
away.
option.
I'm one each from getting my predictions of the ones being in.
There
so
you go.
I can only hope.
Well, if it
Who'd
does
you
become
predict?
I thought it was going to be Seahawks Denver.
The two number ones.
Yeah, the two number ones.
yeah,
Yeah.
because that's why. I mean, and that's why when you said that, and I did my little meme pick, I was like, well, yeah, it's gonna be that.
Yeah.
I'm like, but for funsies, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and I had no fun instantly.
Right.
I'm like, as soon as the first round ended, I'm like, well, this sucks.
Yep.
I think everybody knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, dude,
Vegas
Jacksonville.
knew.
Jacksonville tried.
Jacksonville should.
Hey, they did try.
They,
I'll give
they
you.
tried. It should have been a because they were in the lead. They lost.
Yes.
At the end. So I mean,
Yes.
they did try. They lost at the
But
last.
Vegas
second.
knew.
yeah.
The odds were definitely in the other
Freaking
favor.
dare you? That NFL script was.
And really, the
Negative
Panthers
25,000.
almost had it.
Crazy.
The Panthers almost had it too, but then Stafford did Stafford things and
Well, I told
made
Caitlin
that last
if
little
for some reason,
push.
like I'm at this point now in hindsight, I'm glad I
Yeah.
didn't. But I had said if Chicago and Jacksonville both made it past the first round, I was like,
Right.
I'll put like $100 down.
Yeah.
because if somehow they make it to the Super Bowl, it's
Oh,
like
it'd be
yeah,
It'd be
huge.
huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wouldn't worry about the winner at that
Yeah,
point.
you'd be retiring.
Exactly.
Right.
Bro. I'd be taking at least a month off.
Yeah.
You'd be in the Caribbean somewhere.
Yeah, I'll be in my Cancun visit. Like I always joke about the football players. And then in basketball too, was it Butler? You sent the info. On
Yeah,
getting
Butler
there?
tore his ACL.
Yeah.
Another
Butler's
ACL
out, yeah.
bites the dust.
Yeah.
Poor little guy.
That is.
And I mean, at his age, with the injury history he's had,
I don't
it's
know
going
if
to
he
be a
comes
longer
back.
term.
I'll be
If
at
I'm-
honest.
I say give it a year and a half, 2 years. He'll come back, and then I think he'll do
How-
the final year. And then
How old is he going to be at that point?
He's going to be
40?
like, yeah, right.
No,
Seriously?
I think
he's not
like
much older than me, which is
30
kind of funny. I think he's like 35.
I think he's like
36.
34, 35,
Yeah.
somewhere around
Yeah,
there.
but in basketball years, that's
Oh, it's old
that's
for
a little
sure.
old, yeah.
Because I'm like, because he'll not want to go out like this. Like he'll come back and do his thing. Like he'll come
He's
back.
30.
when he
He's
can.
36 right now.
36. Okay.
Yeah.
So is he already 30?
Yeah, he's
So
36.
let's say he comes
yeah.
back at 38, and then he'll do his final like.
Whew, I
year.
don't know.
I think
don't know.
I think he's going to be one that comes back and plays a bench role
Yeah.
and tries to be like a locker room
Yeah,
guy.
do your
Like
seventh,
a-
eighth man.
Like you know how James Johnson was on the Miami for a real long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I think I can see him wanting to be that. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Greg Monroe stuck around forever doing the same type
Dude,
of
Udonis
stuff.
Haslam was with Miami for like 15 years longer than
Well,
he
he was.
Right.
Everybody knew he was just the fourth
Yeah.
coach.
I mean, realistically, that's true. Every team needs a good old like seasoned veteran at that point.
Yeah, I
to be
mean,
able to
Jared
guide
Dudley
it.
did the
It depends if
same.
they actually fall into that role properly or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jared Dudley did the same, and then immediately went from 15th man on Clippers roster. I don't remember who he was with. Maybe it was Phoenix, and then immediately went to a coaching position because they were like, "Yeah, you've been coaching for a year." So
Yeah.
he coached for us. Yes, it was nice.
So we'll see. I mean, right now basketball is we're about to. We just hit the halfway point, didn't we? Or a little over
Yeah.
halfway. Yeah. So we still got lots of games left.
Oh yeah.
And
Your Celtics are still hanging on in that second
they're
place
hanging
right
on in
there.
second place. We played against Pistons last night, and we were down the whole time, but we only lost by a point. So
Yeah.
I'll take it.
That was
Like,
yeah.
I don't care if we lose by a point because I'm like, at least we fought.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
That's a
I'll
very
take that.
close game for sure.
Because it proves that we can beat them.
Yep.
Because if we lose by a lot, then it's like, well, then we're not going to beat the number 1 seed in the
No.
East. Even
Right.
if we play them in the playoffs, so we can't beat them.
Right.
We can beat them. It's
But
just,
yeah, it shows that it's all right. You can just get close in a one game than in a game in a series of 7. You
Yeah,
never know
I
at
feel
that
good.
point.
And they're doing better than my like. If you told me when we first talked about this before the season started, my hope was for just being in the top 8.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so the fact that we're kind of riding in this 2 train right now.
Yep.
And we'll see, because trade deadline is when?
I don't remember.
Is it February?
That sounds right.
It's somewhere in
Sure.
February because it's different than football.
It's coming up.
Football and basketball I always confuse because like football's like pretty quick.
Yes. I think it's somewhere around there.
Let's see here. That would be February 5th.
Okay.
Yep.
So coming up. So
Yeah, it's not far.
Brad Stevens I trust, and I think he knows we need a big dude. We
I don't think
necess-
y'all are making any moves, Bill. I think y'all are staying.
I wouldn't be surprised either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like looking at us, we're doing well enough that I could just like I say as a fan can justify them not doing any moves because we're not like desperate.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, if they're thinking, well, we're second seed, we might be able to make a finals run.
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe you do something weird. I told you, I made the joke the other day to you
Right.
about Sam Hauser. I'm like, right now he's one of the best 3rd, 4th men Boston has,
Right.
which is making him unfortunately good trade bait because
Right.
we're not going to get rid of Brown, we're not going to get rid of White, we're not going to get rid of Pritchard because Pritchard's shown too much. You know, he's too valuable.
But
Right.
Hauser's not
what other
consistent
parts do
enough.
you need though at this point though?
We need
that-
another
just-
big
yeah,
guy.
Not just another
we
big
we,
guy.
we
yeah.
have Keita, and then we have what's his name that I never remember because he's relatively new. But we have like a couple big dudes, but they're not like
dominant
they're
big
not
dudes.
dominant
Okay.
big dudes. We need somebody who's just big, who takes space,
Sure.
and can get those rebounds.
Yeah.
Rebounds are our biggest problem.
That's fair.
so.
Okay.
It could be a trade this year, or if not, you know, we got next year. But
Yep.
I can actually go into like watch the rest of the season now and enjoy it.
Right.
Versus being like depressed the entire time, or I
Right.
expected to be.
Whatever magic is going on over in that Boston area, like they got to start spreading that wealth.
Yeah, they know
'cause
what they're doing.
Doesn't matter what team it is, you guys
No,
somehow
and
seem to be.
Jaylen Brown got named a starter for the All Stars for the first time in his career, so
There you
that's
go.
really
Which,
cool.
I mean, I
Congrats.
think he deserves being an all-star.
He
he's
should
good.
have.
Yeah.
Last year at least, I
Right.
thought,
Yeah.
because he had a great year even with Tatum. last year.
Yeah, it is hard. I mean,
It's
you only
Celtic
get
bias.
you only
You don't get
get
so many votes,
20
though, yeah.
players,
Yeah.
so it's like, and he's a
LeBron's out.
forward, which
Yeah.
is
Get
like,
that old
For the first time in his career, right?
Yeah. LeBron,
I
baby.
mean,
Well, at least as a starter.
Yeah.
it is rough to play forward in the current league because you're going against killers.
There's so many. It's such a wild, like
Yeah.
just a wild transition between
Yeah.
two guys. But
Yeah.
So we'll see.
And
There
then
you go.
with Butler out, Kuminga's probably off the trade market.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
He saved himself there for a minute. He's like, oh.
I mean well, Kuminga
He
wanted
Itanya'd
out.
it. Just-
Oh, did he really?
Kuminga's asked out like for years from what people are rumoring. So
Okay.
he's actively wanted out because he wanted a starter role, and they
Obviously did, yeah.
traded for Jimmy, and they took him out of the starter, and I think they even took him out of 6-man.
Oof. Yeah, that'd be rough.
So if you're Golden State, though, you lose Jimmy. Really, I don't even know what you could trade to get any help.
You don't
at
have
this
any.
point.
You don't have anything else of value at that point.
Yeah. Curry's
Yeah.
just like, damn it.
You could, I mean,
Draymond?
you could try.
Yeah.
You could try to like move Kuminga and like one of the other guys, but I
Yeah.
just don't know that it would make any sense. You're not going to get anything to replace Jimmy right this second.
No.
No.
If you're Golden
And
State,
you
you're
already
just
got
kind of.
Pajimski as
Yeah.
your quote unquote future. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Looks like the Hawks are still in the trade market for Reisiker, and then obviously the Bucks have been
Yeah.
trying to figure out what's happening.
Oh,
with
dude,
Giannis.
did y'all see that
Right.
that clip of Giannis going at his own fans?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
dude.
funny.
I was like, bro, I'm like,
Giannis
he's done,
is,
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Because
happy.
I get it.
Because they
like,
were booing him.
Yeah.
Then he
He's like,
booed
"I'm
back.
trying, guys."
Yeah.
But the relationship there is going to be severed pretty
Yeah.
fast. so-
Yeah. When you're doing
The
that to your
Knicks have gone
fans.
2-9, called a player-only meeting
Let's
after
go.
losing to the Mavs. Of
Yeah, that'll do it.
course,
Hey.
they got blown out. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess I don't know if it's a technical blowout, but it was a
It was,
Either
like,
way,
it was like 20 points.
it was
30
a
points.
nasty
Was it really?
loss. It
was
was
a nasty loss.
Oof.
it was almost 20. Almost 17 points. 114 to 97.
Wow.
Hey, I have Mavs making the play-in.
I think we'll make the
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
play-in.
Because
Yeah.
if they do the play-in and then Kyrie is back by then, I mean, you don't think so?
no, old
That
man,
AD is going to be eating barbecue. He's not going to
old man.
Hey, go get that
Kyrie.
protein, heal up.
Yeah.
What's funny is we're winning games without
Anybody.
And Cooper's only playing
like
too.
like 50, 60 million dollars worth of players not out on
Yeah.
the field. PJ Washington's been out.
Yep.
Clay's just like, guys.
Yeah, it's literally been Clay and Coop.
Every time he
And
jumps,
Coop.
his knees are like, please.
Yeah. So the fact that we're doing
when
that.
the Coop got hurt a little while ago, briefly.
Yeah, he sprained an ankle, so
Yeah.
I know he's resting on back-to-backs and not playing as many minutes.
Makes
but
sense, yeah.
He's also like 18 and his bones are
Oh,
mostly
yeah,
rubber,
so give him a
he'll be
day's
just
rest
fine.
and, some ibuprofen, he'll be all right.
Yeah, a little baby powder on the pamper, and he'll be just fine.
That's crazy.
He'll be
So
okay.
Minnesota, you think there's any moves going to be made?
At this point, I don't think so, because we just got Anthony Edwards back, and he dropped 55 points. Part of we lost to the Spurs, but it showed that, we can still play really, really well, with or without him. So.
I think that they're going to start guarding everybody but Ant.
Yep.
I think that's going to be the new trick on the
Instead of
Timberwolves.
so it went from double teaming him, and so now making Ant do everything.
Hey, buddy, beat us. Score 7,000 yourself.
If he
All
scores
right.
55,
Right.
and everyone else scores 10,
Yeah.
Right, that's
you
true.
win.
That's what
Well,
that was
in all
the
fairness-
Carmelo treatment. They'd be like, all right, buddy,
In all fairness,
shoot them all.
that game we did have Nas Reed get injured though early
Yeah.
on too, so there was that.
No,
so
no.
it was only like 5 minutes in, and he
I'm
didn't
curious
do
to
anything,
see if this is going to be a new method because they were double team heavy.
Yeah.
But you've even seen them do it for Luka. But there were stretches in the finals where they were like, all right, Luka, literally be a one-man team.
Right.
Everybody else is going to be guarded.
The problem is though, we
And
now
Luka
have,
doesn't say
like we were talking about before, Julius Randle has been putting up 30-something points when Edwards isn't out.
Yeah.
20-something when he is in. And we have DiVincenzo still putting up 15, 20.
Oh, yeah, y'all got a solid
we got
team.
McDaniels putting up 15, 20 on most nights.
yeah.
Nas
What is
coming
Minnesota in
in.
the West right now? 7?
Fourth in the
Oh.
West. Yeah.
Okay.
So
it's not a. It's
Yeah.
a pretty tight race
yeah,
in
it's
that era.
yeah.
Who's
So
above 'em?
so OKC is obviously number one. We're 8.5 games back from them, so they're we're not going to talk about them. Spurs are at 30. Denver is 29. We're at 27.
So in theory, they would play.
The difference between fourth and
Lakers
eighth
Yeah.
is 2 games.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it's a pretty hard drop off.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be, but I couldn't be. Wouldn't be surprised if Minnesota makes another conference finals.
Yeah, I wouldn't be there. I don't know of any other team besides the ones that are above us that could beat us at all in 7.
Yeah,
I don't. I
Denver's
can't.
kind of
yeah.
broken. Spurs,
Every
Spurs and
other-
OKC are the ones.
Houston would give you an issue.
Would give us an
I
issue.
think the size would be
yeah.
a problem.
I could.
Because
Yeah,
Sengun's going to match up well with Rudy.
that's true.
The only way
And
they
then
won't be.
You
All right,
got
so-
KD being guarded by Julius Randle.
Yeah.
I give KD a few extra points.
No.
Love Julius. He's like a great player.
Up until he
but-
twists his ankle.
Well, that's the
in
thing. The
game
only
two.
the KD of it all is the biggest thing for Houston.
We have
because
it with all of these teams. We have anybody below us.
They have great point of attack
Yeah,
defense as well.
we also have the younger team compared to outside of OKC and San Antonio.
Yeah.
We have the younger team for all of them.
100%.
So we could technically
Denver,
outlast
I think Denver
them.
and Houston match up well just on
Yes,
size.
yes.
They're just big and
Yeah.
defensive.
Yes.
Because, Houston's got the Thompson.
Yeah.
What's his name? Is it Asur or Amin? Whichever one of them
Yeah.
plays for him.
And then Jokic and their other center, what's his face?
I can't think of his name.
Big old
I know,
scraggly
I
beard.
just know
Yeah,
the two.
him.
And they got rid of
yeah.
Michael Porter, so I'm like,
Yeah.
that's the only
Yeah.
other dude I knew.
Yeah. Well, and they got Aaron Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
Gordon,
right.
that's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
So,
yeah, so
just the size. The size is y'all's
Yes.
biggest thing because Rudy is good.
But we don't have anybody else nearly as big. Except
Well,
for,
and you match up with a Jokic who's just as big, but
and
he
can
shoot
move.
the three.
That's
and
how we
pass the
lost
ball.
last time.
Yeah.
Well,
Same thing in Sengun with Houston.
Yep.
You're bringing Rudy out now. He's got to guard a dribbling 7-footer. That's a
Yep.
whole issue for him.
Yeah.
And
And
so
again,
that's y'all's biggest fear, really.
Yep. And I think before it was always about a consistency of, all right, which two players are actually going to sync up and go on all
Yeah.
cylinders. It seems like this year they're actually doing that all at the same time. So we'll see if they can keep it going.
Yeah, they've got good
through
synergy.
there. So if they can just keep everything, all cylinders firing through the playoffs instead of disappearing at Game 5.
Yeah.
Then we should be able to actually make another great run, if not finals push this time.
So now that we're at the halfway mark, you want to make a conference final prediction
Ooh, conference finals.
for Easton.
Yeah. All right. So East, I think it's going to be, I'd say, honestly, I like Pistons and Celtics. I like your chances
That's
for
my
another.
guess too,
Like,
because they are the best two in the
Yes.
East. Like there's no one.
there's
like,
no
there's
other.
No one scared.
The
Yeah.
fact that it drops off to 5.5 to 7, and then it keeps on dropping games back. Like it's crazy how far that goes back.
because there's no one else on there that I don't think that Boston or Pistons could beat in,
Right.
in the 7 games.
And like we just said, you guys are playing really well together.
Yeah.
Everything's lining up.
That's my guess for East as well.
Yep. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's, of course, Detroit. I mean, Detroit is,
They're gonna get.
they're running the East,
they're
so
good.
it's no point there. I honestly think, and I know they are a few games back. They're like, what, 2 games back from y'all? Mm-hmm. I think Cleveland is actually probably my sleeper pick for giving y'all a run for your money.
Okay. You think they pull it all back together? After
I think Cleveland's got a good, solid squad. I think for some reason they always have problems. Well, for one, they always get injured.
Right. They're not.
The record doesn't
Darius
show how good they
Garland is
actually
out.
Has
are.
it been like their starting 5 has only played like very few games? This
Yeah,
season
I mean they're
altogether.
literally always injured. So
Yeah.
if they can get healthy, which is always a thing, I know, but if they can, they have a really really good defensive squad, and that's always a problem.
Because if it started right now, we play.
But the difference between them and
Yeah.
y'all, so 2nd and 7th, again, 2 games.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So
It's
it's like-
misleading because
It's a hefty, like Detroit's in their own lane at the moment,
Right.
And then it's everybody else tied for 2nd.
yeah, exactly.
So-
and New York's having some issues. Toronto's weird because like they're always better than they should be, or like I look
Right.
at them and I go like you shouldn't be in the top 5.
Yeah.
and they always are. Even when they got rid of DeMar, they lost Kyle Lowry, they lost Van Vliet, they lost everybody. So
Yeah.
you're like, how are
Yeah.
you still
And I
doing
don't
that?
think I think it's because they have Brandon Ingram, which is like Kevin Durant light. But I just don't think that he's good enough to fully do the Kevin Durant thing and just
No.
carry a whole team. But he can get wins. That he
Right.
will. I just
Yeah.
don't know in a 7-game series that he's that guy.
Yeah, it's gonna be
We'll
interesting.
see.
So it's still up in the air.
I
there.
mean, New York could pull it together. I kind of doubt it.
All right.
yeah, they're just.
So I think it's either Detroit, Boston, or Detroit, Cleveland.
I can
All
see
right.
that.
I like that.
All right, what you thinking for West? Or wait, did you say your East?
No, I said Pistons Celtics.
Okay.
So, all right, for the West. All right,
So I'm having to look at it if it stands today, like what would be the
matchups going into it, yeah. Because right now we'd be going, against the Rockets?
4-5, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't see any reason why OKC wouldn't be in it again,
Okay, he's going.
unless they
They've
get
won 36 games.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
Pending injuries,
I think that's for all these.
I think it's going to be OKC San Antonio.
Okay.
Because I think with OKC, I know they've only lost 8 games, but even some of the games they've won have been pretty close.
Yeah.
Because I think OKC's starting to get hit with the injury bug. Shea is starting to have to do a little bit more.
Yep.
And I think
And
it'll wear him down.
he's not getting as many calls as he was
they're
last
kind of
year.
not calling
Yeah.
as much. He's having to do a lot on his own.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think they even, I don't think they'll be as scary. Like they're scary because they are so good because they have a lot of
They're a
players.
killer.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised. So my guess is OKC Spurs.
Okay.
Pending injuries.
I would like to see Spurs Timberwolves. I think there's an upset in the game before. I think OKC loses it, and then
Interesting.
I don't care to who. I'm
I was
hoping.
going to say that's the hope.
That's nice.
But I think Timberwolves Spurs does it.
I'm going to go Spurs just because I think they both have the same thing. They're just deep teams.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're super
That's
deep.
true.
I mean, I'm looking at the Spurs lineup and it is crazy.
Oh yeah.
They're killing it.
By the way,
yeah.
Harrison Barnes quietly has made a resurgence.
Yeah,
Like,
isn't it crazy? I
But
saw his name pop up in something. I was like, what?
they're going to be really good for a really long time. They have
Yeah.
3.
All their young guys.
I wouldn't
yeah.
say one of them is an all-star level player. The other are like top rookie players in Stephen Castle and Devin Vassell.
They're great.
Dude. And then they have De'Aaron Fox. Everybody forgets about it. It's like they have a really good lineup.
Right.
They're going to be something for a few years. So, yeah, I just think just on depth.
Yeah. That's
they're,
right.
they're pretty scary. Because even when Wemby missed a couple of games, they still didn't miss a beat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got Luke Cornett and Kelly Olynyk, which, I
That's
mean,
my
as
boy,
far
gotta
as far as like third-string centers, having a shooter out there like that, I mean, it makes a difference.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, if we had, because Cornette wouldn't change their whole lineup, but if we had kept him,
Yeah.
we'd be doing a lot better. Because for rebound purposes,
Yeah.
Cornette does a lot there still. So yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting. But I thought it's always fun to speculate now
Yeah.
because we still have
Yeah,
so much time.
yeah.
Like tomorrow, like next week when we do it or whatever, it'll be like, so guys, we have 15 injuries, all ACL tears.
Yep.
That's going to be the thing.
Yeah.
That's going to be. It's always going to be the bug of who can stay healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that everybody's pushing themselves to the limit. I'm holding fast to my conspiracy where it's just like either there's something in the water that they're feeding them that is straining everything. That's my conspiracy. Or at very least, it's just everybody's being pushed so hard,
Yeah.
and they just don't know how to strengthen their bodies in as fast as they're playing.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
don't think.
It
I
was
don't think
interesting.
medicine's
I was
there.
watching something. A clip came up probably on Instagram because now that I have Instagram, I found myself just doing this.
Get that doom scroll.
Yeah,
That is-
but I was watching a thing and they were talking about particularly Achilles tears, which have become like way more popular.
Interesting.
They were showing clips from back in the day, and not only is our training techniques different, not only are we training harder, is that you actually are just becoming technique-wise better. So like we learned that like a false step is like really good.
Yeah.
And now we teach it to kids. False step is one of the higher causes of Achilles tears. So literally our better techniques are also
Because
more likely to
it's
be
putting
injured.
more strain on that one.
Maximum acceleration comes from maximum force. Well, maximum force equals more tears.
Right.
So it's like, it's funny, you watch them like when they were firemen out there playing, they're all like this, taking their little half steps. So now we're doing all this extra. Our technique is better, but this is the price we pay, I guess. So, but yeah.
At this point, I'm just happy that the Timberwolves are consistently in the conversation.
Oh, of course.
So I'm just happy to have a seat at the
Y'all are
table.
gonna
All right.
be-
That's
y'all
all
are
I
gonna be
that's all I
top
care about.
5 no matter what in the West.
But
Well,
like,
until the Mavs got a rug pull, so were they.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Like the good news, like
Yeah.
all of our
Oh,
teams
yeah.
were like,
I'm
right.
not
still
It was just a
relevant.
given. It was just before Ant. It was like, all right, well, I hope we can at least make the play in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and
That's true.
that's why that
Like,
that meme of I forget who it was that they were going in and we win the playoff game. The play-in tournament game, and we're just celebrating like we just won the finals. Like,
Yeah.
and then we immediately I think we got gentlemen swept the next series.
yeah.
I think you did, yes. Yes.
like this is brutal.
Hey, listen, I think y'all are going to be top 5 in the West for a minute.
Yeah.
Now, when
Now, if we could get all the pieces together to be number one.
get all the pieces together, you still got to figure something out at point guard.
Yeah.
Because Dillingham ain't going to be it.
Nope.
But
Nope.
yeah, I think y'all are going to be top 5. Mavs, we're gonna be top, bottom
You'll be middle of the pond.
I want them,
6 to 10.
dude. I want them to be 8 seed so bad and just accidentally beat OKC.
I mean,
that'd be
Oh,
so
that would be
fun.
if we
beautiful.
had Kyrie, AD, we can give a team a problem.
Yeah.
Do I think that we win? Only
No,
a stroke of a
Yeah.
great.
Can you do it 4 out of 7 times? That's a,
Hey, listen, anything can happen, and Kyrie
Yeah.
is a good enough player. So is AD.
Oh,
On
yeah.
a healthy streak.
Yeah.
yes. On
They could be
paper,
a problem.
all of them healthy are phenomenal players. Still, they're
Yeah.
not. They're at the tail end of their prime.
Very tail end of.
But they're still there
Existence.
technically.
I just
yeah.
always
Yeah.
want something funny to happen.
Yeah.
And East is so close regardless that I'm like, it's never fun.
Yeah.
It's never like, if somebody
Now-
upsets, you're like, well, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
AD's out for the season with this hand issue, right?
Not for the season, but
not
for a
yet.
while.
Yeah.
They said
Okay.
a couple months.
Because I believe with
Basically the season, I guess.
yeah, but
Yeah, I was
because
gonna
he
say.
got the second opinion and it wasn't needed, that surgery wasn't needed. It was established.
Okay.
So I think that's what saved him. I don't know what that means for timetable, but the last I heard was no surgery at very least.
Okay.
So that's
out months. You're right. The last one said out months.
Okay, so he'll be
Several
in the
months.
plan.
So maybe during the play-in. But I mean, when does Kyrie come back? Does he
Yeah.
even come back this year? I don't think
I
so.
thought he was supposed to. Not because a lot of people were like, he'll be back by January. I'm like,
No, he's not.
No.
Here we are about to be
Oh.
in February.
pretty soon.
Late February.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
Okay.
coming up.
All right.
So they're thinking after All-Star, so after February 20th.
Okay.
You
Which,
get him back.
honestly, you get him back, you get him... Listen, what we don't need to do is put his butt out there and
No.
play him 40 minutes.
No.
All
No,
right,
give him
28 and
real
get off.
limited, yeah.
All right, listen, we don't need that. We're winning games. It's not like we're like...
Right.
We're not good, but we're not bad just
No,
yet.
you're
Right.
not. You're not as bad as what it seems.
Yeah. And, I mean, we get PJ Washington back, fix the lineup a little bit.
Yep.
It's
That'll
not
be
impossible,
huge.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we'll make play-in. I think if we do so and AD is back, it would just take a stroke of luck. I'd love to upset a team, even get
great.
2 rounds in.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
It'll be great.
Make everybody mad.
After the way that
Sorry,
this year's
for the Timberwolves. Sorry.
no,
Oh,
but hey,
can you-
hey.
that of course that'd be the matchup.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be the
Oh,
first round. We get
that'd
the
be
play-in, go to
crazy.
first round, and we're stuck against
That's
them.
crazy.
That'd be our luck. No, I'm hoping for like a nice Phoenix lineup.
All right, there you go.
Yeah,
There
That's
you go.
probably
Get some-
unlikely.
There you go.
Yeah.
Probably unlikely.
Give us a cushy Phoenix lineup.
Yes.
We'll be good to go.
So,
Oh man. Well,
right.
on that note, so I know we talked about doing the dynasties. Do we have our picks, boys?
now, just for
Yeah.
clarification, because one of us, I'm not gonna name names, didn't read any of the prompts. Just to clarify, we only needed one dynasty.
One dynasty.
Only
figuring-
one.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
Just
Then
the one.
Who do you
dynasty.
think
I have
is
that.
best dynasty?
I got you.
Now,
what team is
I
this?
would like to say I really wanted to do an individual as well, but I think that's a different topic of like who's the most dominant player.
For your dynasty?
No,
team
no,
or
no.
just
In general, like that, I want that should be I think a new because that was when I was coming up in my mind of who's the most dominant player. Period. Like, and that can be a whole discussion there. And again, we don't have
Yeah,
to
because
think.
because dominant doesn't necessarily mean best.
No, it doesn't mean best. It doesn't mean.
I already have my pick.
Because it doesn't always mean GOAT. It
Yeah.
just means, all right, who's the most dominant player? Give your argument. That's a whole
Yeah.
different. We can discuss that later. So right now is best dynasty. I got my pick.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We know who you're going
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you
to.
don't.
You bleed the green.
I do, but
Okay.
I'll tell you.
Surprise us then.
You want me to tell you right now?
Surprise
You want me to tell you right now?
Roll it.
Yep.
The most dominant player, in my opinion, is
Oh,
in
no,
all
no.
sports.
Well, no, sorry. That's a different conversation. Let's
Oh,
do
for the dynasty.
Let's
right
just do
now. Okay, I thought
dynasties
you were talking
right
about
now.
player. I'm like,
No,
not
no,
necessarily.
not sports. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that can
Dynasty,
be
yeah,
that can be
dude.
other, that can be more
Okay.
thought later.
I bleed the green. I mean, yeah, Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There
like
it is.
because no, and you know what though? I actually tried to really think
Support
about
your
it.
arguments besides saying 13 out of 15,
Look, here's what I'm gonna say.
I mean,
provided that is all you need to say.
that is
I'm like, excuse me, sir.
You just show Bill Russell doing
Yeah.
this number again.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna
So,
stop talking.
Boston. And look, 18 championships lead the NBA, but not in all sports, right? So that doesn't necessarily mean they're the best because of championships. I base it on like, okay, how relevant have they been since the 40s, right? The 18 championships, the amount of Hall of Famers, their office. They have some of the best office personnel of any team, right? And then you look right now where I'm like, they have consistent team and play. They're like kind of we talked about with Minnesota a little bit, where it's like they're always there. They're always in the talk.
Yeah.
And when they're not in the talk, they're still in like a conference final or like a 7th or 8th seed. And
Right.
they somehow still get.
There's a reason to talk
Yeah,
about that.
they're
yeah.
always in some sort of conference final or a championship.
Yeah.
Always, and they
Yep.
always have been. Now there was a few years where there's a lull. I think it happens to every dynasty a little bit. Like
Sure.
from like 2000.
Yeah, when you're in a lull,
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas becomes like Mike.
Yeah,
all around. So
Yeah. they have 80 seasons as a team. They have 62 playoff appearances. They have a .597 win-loss record all time.
which is crazy.
Right.
So
Over
3,000.
500 for 60 years.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
3,721 over 2,517 win-loss. I'm saying like stats alone. You name any player and they played at Boston at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's like Kyrie
Yeah.
Irving, Shaq, Terry Rozier. You got
Oh,
that's my boy.
It's like a left
Yeah.
turn
Isaiah
there for
Thomas.
Scary Terry.
You got old boy from Mavericks, Terry. What's his name? I forgot his name. Whatever. Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen.
Yeah,
You
all
got
those people.
Jason
All the
Tatum.
rest of them, yeah.
You got Eddie House. You got the White Mamba. You got
The White Mamba, yes,
they
sir.
have a plethora of a bushel of riches.
They
full
do.
embarrassment of riches
Yep.
for 60 years. Yeah. Years of riches, and that's why they're my best. They're the favorite. They're the best
Yep.
dynasty of all time.
Okay. I like it. I mean, it's a good argument,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Honestly, I don't.
Good
Because
argument.
it's not
Yeah.
just about because Yankees got that title, so they got
Yeah.
all time.
Yeah, if you're going with, but they also you go back to the early 1900s
when it was
at
just
that
a
point.
stick.
I was going to say,
Right.
it was a broom.
Yeah, they're
just like-
they're drinking beer on acid and doing whatever,
Yeah.
you know.
The
in
Celtics-
That was
dugouts.
just last week.
The
And-
Cel-
yeah.
yeah, that was just, the Celtics survived. Let me get it. Celtics survived a war.
Yeah.
There's
there
a
you go.
war going on,
Yeah.
There you go.
and there's a reason why Boston and Captain America came out the same year.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Okay.
Wow.
If you say
I
so.
like that.
If you say so.
Just saying, guys.
All right. What is yours?
All right. So this
I know
one,
it can't be a Minnesota team.
No. All right. That hurts.
I
You don't have to always tell the truth. All
I
right.
was like, dude, there's not even somebody to pick from. Not that Dallas has a ton.
It's the knife.
It's the
keeps-
way he says it. It's the condescending tone.
Listen,
It's
we're right
not
there
just
with
the
you.
knife. It's
Yeah.
the twist and lift.
I'm sorry.
Dude,
well, that's
we're
how
in
you
the
know.
same boat.
That's how you know the kill happened.
yeah.
You put
yeah.
it in and then you twist it.
Exactly.
All right, go for it.
No, but even then, this still hurts me to say.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's going to be the Yankees.
No, it's not.
Lakers?
It's gonna be the damn Patriots.
Oh.
Because I have lived
sense.
with the Patriots, family in-laws, Lord help me, for a very long time.
You harbor
I
one
know.
of their
I
fans.
harbor one in my own home, and it's unfortunate. However, it's
Aiding and
hard to
abetting.
argue with the dominance in football that the Tom Brady Belichick Patriots did, because not another team in that short of span showed that much dominance. So that from 2001, really a little bit farther than
Yeah.
that. But when Brady
When they started winning championships.
when they started winning all the way through, so 2009 to 2019, if we're
Yeah,
gonna call it
like
that.
10 years or so.
Yeah, a solid decade of absolute dominance where I believe they had 9 Super Bowl appearances, 6 of them wins. Arguably, one of them should have been,
we all get the one stinker.
Yeah.
So Boston
Yeah.
should be Golden State.
Right, but and really, I'll give the one to the Giants where it was that miracle of a catch was the most BS, of
Yeah.
all lucky players. Props to the Giants for getting that,
Right.
putting that in their cap. But we digress. But the 9 appearances, 6 wins. I believe the stat was Tom Brady was never, ever mathematically eliminated in any single snap that he took in his career. That's how dominant
Yeah, he was duty.
he was, and put them in a position of dominance in there. And I believe the stat is he also ties franchises for the most Super Bowl rings.
That seems about right.
Yeah, because of the rings that he got in Tampa, but that's obviously that's a whole different thing.
Yeah,
Belichick, the most winning, quarterback in the NFL as well. So as far as Super Bowls go, I should say
They were different.
they were a whole different domination. You just
that's-
knew that they were going to be. Let's see, there was a consecutive division titles, 11 of them. They had 19 consecutive winning seasons. They didn't even. They only lost in that entire time 21 games at home. In that
that's
entirety,
in 10 years.
in 10
That's
years,
crazy,
they
yeah.
only lost at home 21 times.
That's wild.
Total.
You know what? The one time I bought a ticket, if I was there, you'd lose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm saying,
yeah,
did I
that's
go to
exactly
one?
it.
Yeah,
That's exactly
It's about
it.
how it feels lots of times.
Yeah, and like the fact that you could say like Tom Brady has 3 different Hall of Fame careers.
Yeah.
In each of his different number eras at that point.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
he pretty much lived 3 whole lifetimes.
Yeah, he lived 3 Hall of Fame careers in
Man,
just
I
his
bet his
20s,
body
his
is sore.
30s, and the late 30s.
I bet
and
he's so
40s.
tired now.
Oh, for sure. Wow.
Carrying those people around. Just
And he
on
said the
his
other day,
back
he
all
was
the
like,
time.
I can go out there and still dominate right now, no joke. And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, you've earned this. Calm down.
Yeah.
Like, just relax.
Yeah.
You're not wrong, but let's calm down.
Yeah,
now.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
If Phillip Rivers can come out and almost win 3 games, like, and he was
That's a fair
looking
point.
fat and happy,
Hey, did you see Tom threw one from the booth or whatever?
Yeah.
And immediately goes to put his hand
Yeah,
warmers on.
he's
He's
like,
like,
"Oh,
no,
oh,
man.
Still out of the
So, yeah,
he's
so-
still got the habits.
So,
Yeah.
so because of that long stretch of the Patriots, that's my dynasty. Or because they're the most, there's no other football team of a short era like that. Because obviously you could
Yeah.
say franchise as a whole with either
Sure.
your Cowboys
Yeah.
or the
Right.
not Philadelphia
You're not
with
football wise. You're
the
not.
Steelers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as far as there's been no other dynasty, and I'm not even going to count Kansas City right now.
Right.
Because obviously they tailed off quicker than that.
They sure did.
So that's Patriots. Unfortunately for me, gotta give them props.
It's all right.
Yep.
All right, and we will clip this and we will send it to a household near you.
We actually have a guest. Yeah, come on in.
Yeah. And here's why you're wrong. So the Dallas Cowboys. No, I did not pick the Dallas Cowboys, although
it's just-
okay.
it goes against everything I am because we are America's football team.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm going to read you a stat before I give this team because I doubt either of you know who this team is.
Okay.
Maybe you do. Over 100 years,
Oh boy.
they boast an 80% win record. They won 20 out of 29 world championships. They went.
The Oxford rowing team.
You're not as far off as you know.
That's crazy.
They were number 1 ranked in their sport for 509 weeks straight, unbroken. The
Okay.
New Zealand All Blacks rugby team.
All right. I like that.
Huh.
They
I-
won
yeah.
70% of the championships
Now that you say it, the All Blacks were.
for 26 years.
Yeah.
I don't know how to argue that because I'm like, who?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
who the hell is that?
Did you ever watch Invictus?
Oh, it was
Oh,
great.
yeah.
That's who they were playing.
Yes.
Against.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
Yes.
playing. That's why it was such a thing that they lost
Yeah.
and they won against the All Blacks.
Yeah, because
That-
nobody
for
beats
that
the All
reason
Blacks.
right there, nobody beats the All Blacks.
80% win rate over 100 years.
Yeah.
The level of consistency, because it's not
That's a
like
good call.
Belichick and Tom. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're different.
That's a
And I
decade,
agree.
but-
it's like, okay, you had one player for 100 years. There were people
Yeah.
who born, died, and then their next generation could have been born and died, and probably born and died a third time.
Yeah.
That's tough.
But 80%. When
That's
I
impressive.
read that, I read that a
That's
long time ago.
Generational
Yeah, that's
dominance.
And I'm like, that is great. I did not know about 509 weeks
yeah,
consecutive
so
ranked number
Yeah,
one.
that's wild.
so I knew that they were dominant. I didn't realize it was that dominant.
That's 10
Wow.
years of number 1. Nobody could even touch you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
I love it. Now, that being
Man.
said, the rugby championship, I guess, hasn't been around as long, so they've only run 3 of them. But I just don't think the Rugby World Cup existed before then.
No,
Yeah,
so
they-
it's kind of like your Packers dominance before
Yes.
the NFL merger at that point. You know?
Yeah. But, I mean, even
Which
with
is a more
that,
modern era. Yeah.
and their World Cup only happens every 4 years like the Olympics.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
there's
even on that, so they have 3 of them. Well, that's 12 years
Right.
of dominance there. So Yeah, it's a crazy one, huh?
Wow.
It's crazy stats.
I wasn't expecting such a obscure even though you should y'all know who it is, and it took me a second to realize who it was.
Well, only because
it's just I don't ever think I wouldn't even thought
yeah.
of that.
That's because America, it's just not as big as just like soccer. It's not as big in America,
Right.
but worldwide, yeah, that's true.
The sport is just not as big in general. But when I think of dominance, ever since I kind of read about them, particularly it was those movies because there was that one and there's one more.
There's
Invictus
another
is
one.
good.
Yeah, Invictus is really good.
There's another movie about it.
Yes.
I'm sure there's multiple, but I've only seen 2.
Yeah.
And I remember the second one. I looked it up and I was like, dude, these guys were freaking awesome.
Yeah.
These guys
are freaking good.
These guys were so good. They were and they were scary.
Yeah,
and
got the
then it was
Samoans because that's where the haka got real
Yes.
famous
Yes.
outside of New Zealand. Yep.
Yeah, most of the time you probably. I know
Yeah.
most of the time I think of a haka, it's the All Blacks doing it.
Yeah, you don't actually know it's the All Blacks, but anytime you see a major thing of
Yeah.
the haka, that's the team that's doing it. If it's
Most
a
of the
rugby,
time.
it's them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's my pick. I think they're a sleeper in the dominance discussion.
Yep.
I mean, damn.
Yeah.
They just win.
Like,
That's what
yeah.
they do. They're
Because
here
even
to
Boston
win
only had
ball
66 years.
games.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I knew that would be kind of an odd, off the beaten path.
No.
But the moment you said it last
Yeah.
week, it's immediately what I thought of.
Yep.
That's wild.
I will never forget reading about an 80% win record.
I like
Because
that.
I'm
Yeah.
anybody who can win 80% of the time. You
Right.
got my.
That's props. Yeah.
Well, and honestly,
I buy a T-shirt.
Yeah, for sure.
that's when you go okay, in that sport especially, the all-time
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
But then and then with the whole dynasty situation, you're every day it can be a different answer.
Right.
There's so many.
And so
freaking-
that's and so that's where I had my preface of, all right, do we do individuals as well? Because that's it's not a dynasty because you don't have a whole organization. It's a legacy at that point.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
records, and that's where there's a lot of individuals that have those type of dominant runs.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah. But yeah, for a dynasty as a whole to run generationally.
Oh, dude, it's crazy.
man.
100 years is so long. It's just so hard to put that into
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long time.
It's like,
Yep.
dude, they have been winning games since before the NFL was even
Existed,
leather-headed.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it was like
No, I mean, think of all the things that, dude. 100
basketball
years?
was still a milk bucket on a barn pole when they started winning. So it's like, dang.
Yeah, that was before my grandpa was born. He's 94, 95.
Yeah, it's
It has to
crazy.
be.
But yeah.
Yeah. I like
I don't even know what to
I
say
like it a
now.
lot.
Dude.
What are we going to argue? Are we supposed to argue? Damn, rugby don't care.
Come in with
Right.
the stats. I know that is the
All
one
right,
thing.
all right. Here's the all right. So now for relevant sports,
Relevant,
though,
exactly.
and then please don't. I understand it's a worldwide thing.
This will be the one video that gets
Don't
like
hang
5
me.
million
I was
views.
gonna
Yeah,
say.
don't hang me here.
The massive rugby players
Right.
will have something to say about this.
So you have to
Right.
clip
Yeah.
out Marcos hates rugby.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah.
Here's why.
Not wrong.
Why
Yeah.
do you hate rugby?
I mean, I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
The only thing I can say about yours is even though you're correct, you needed Tom Brady,
Mm-hmm.
and I think if Patriots win, if they can win without their man,
Yeah.
when you hear Patriots, you always think of the same.
Oh,
two
for sure.
people,
Oh yeah.
Belichick
And Brady.
or Brady.
Yep.
If they need to win without all of them.
Yeah.
And then I can go
That-
oh yeah,
that's
it's
fair.
not about because honestly with the Patriots
The biggest-
dude, they dominated football for
Yeah.
a lot of
The
our
the
life.
biggest thing is that in NFL, there's no one that's
No,
paralleled them.
if
That's
you-
the main thing.
if this was
Because like
strictly
with you,
football,
with you,
they'd be
you do
down.
have the bane of your existence,
whoa,
the Lakers.
whoa.
I'm sorry, dude, I have to.
Yeah.
I'm a
We
Cowboy
don't
fan.
have to say
I
it, though.
yeah, yeah.
Don't
Say
say
it
out
don't
loud.
spray it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Or think it, don't
yeah.
speak it.
Because otherwise you could argue with all right, you have the Lakers to compete with yours.
Yeah.
Arguably, obviously
Arguably.
you have. There's a lot of arguments there.
Yeah.
But you don't
Yeah.
have that argument in NFL.
No,
No,
you
no.
know,
The
NFL
Patriots are for sure.
Exactly.
It's Patriots and
Yeah.
NFL.
I'm not going to finish that sentence, but they're just for sure. Something.
They're for sure something.
Lakers, they got a bubble ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, no way. Can
They had to go outside. They got friggin'
Right.
He
So,
wasted Kobe's final few years of being a Laker.
I
My
know.
God. Now, to be
Poor
fair,
guy.
he did get hurt, but
Yeah, well. Hey, 81 points.
Yeah.
No, was it 51 points in the final game? Something
so
like that,
many
52
points.
points?
dude.
I don't know. But the dynasty thing's a tough one because you get newbies who would say Golden State. Like my nephew would say Golden
Yeah,
State.
no, I mean,
But I'm like, to me, I'm like,
I go off the beaten
Yeah.
path. I pick rugby. There's going to be somebody. It's like, dude, there's this cricket team.
honestly,
Yeah.
I thought the same exact
Yeah.
thing. As soon as you say rugby, it's like, all right, but there's cricket. I'm sure there's probably some smaller league.
There's an
soccer
international
team as
dart
well.
league somewhere where the guys won 5,000 in a row.
Right.
I'm sure.
I think it was created 1,000 years
Yeah.
ago,
Right.
and they've never been beaten.
Yeah.
That's why when I did the offhand count, the Oxford rowing team was but
Yep.
actually though.
This was tough though, because that would have been a second thing
Yeah.
had I known, I thought
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
rugby.
yeah, yeah.
But my follow-ups were Patriots as one that I thought about. Spurs was one I thought about. But Spurs is kind of like the same thing I think about with Patriots right now. Where I go like they need to get the taste of like the winning off them.
Yeah.
Like they're winning.
I would have,
get that taste off
I would
them.
have said something along the lines of maybe the Lakers, only because they've done it. They had multiple runs
They
of
did,
it
yeah.
where.
I just couldn't good content.
But like to me, it's like, for me, it's like the dynasty is like, all right, the dynasty was one long shot.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
whereas like the Lakers or even the Celtics, they had the very long run at once and then waited a little bit and then had another run.
Yeah, if Patriots would have won those 2 against the Giants, I probably would have thought about them harder because I'm like, then that's literally
true,
that's just
right.
dominance.
Yeah,
That's
8
like,
for 9
bruh.
at that point.
That's literally like every year for like 10 years.
Yeah,
you
it
won.
was them.
That's,
Yep.
you had a couple breaks in there and they didn't need
Yep.
them. So
For
I don't
sure.
know. That's tough. The dynasty one's a tough one.
Yep.
But y'all let us know either
Absolutely.
our choices
Yeah.
and what your dynasty pick is because
Tell
that's
me
a
all
tough
about
one.
that cricket player.
Yeah. Some guy's gonna like.
But yeah, no, give us the obscure ones too, because I'm sure there's plenty of sports
I
that we're
wanna-
not,
yeah.
familiar with.
Yeah.
I mean, you could honestly say like Tony Hawk, during the early X Games time,
The
but
early
that's
X
that's
Games,
individual at that point. So they give
Nigel
us,
Houston.
yeah. But
the
again,
broken nose.
yeah.
It's true.
All right, so but that's where I like all right, dominant player.
Yeah.
Or dominant
'Cause dominant-
athlete.
Yeah,
dominant
single
athlete-
Because that could be that
games
type
are
of thing
different.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that could be across.
Because then
all
you could be
sports.
like in soccer, you have either your Messi or your Ronaldo, or you back in your Pele days,
Maradona.
Maradona. Yep, that's right. So, or you could have
Mbappe.
No. Or you could
I
have
don't know
your,
if I say
you know,
his
Yeah, I
name,
know.
but I know the player.
the
Mbappe?
controversial GOAT conversation. All right, do you do MJ or do you LeBron?
The GOAT
Yeah.
one.
LeBron
yeah.
with what, 10 straight finals appearances, 12 straight finals
That is
appearances? MJ with a better record,
Yeah.
which do you value? Which stat do you value more? Tony Hawk with all of his X Game gold medals at that point.
That is a good one.
You
I
know?
like the single athlete. Yeah, well, I'll have to think about that one. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's tougher
I have
because
a feeling who you're going to pick.
I'm sure you do.
Because we've discussed, we've had a small debate of this
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
for single athlete
Single
across all
greatest
sports.
athlete. Yeah.
we've had this debate probably multiple times at this
Yeah.
point. But I think I know his. Yours, I
You
don't
could probably
know as
guess
well.
mine. But I got stats to back it up.
Yeah, he
so
does have, yeah. We'll save it for the next time.
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
think. I don't know. I have to think about yours.
I do have
I
a
don't
backup
know.
though for
That's tough. All
Yeah.
sports.
I
is
have
tough.
like
Yeah.
I have like 3 in my head, and I've
Yeah.
got to figure out which one I think is actually better.
Yep.
So, all right.
Yep.
That's
well,
what I think about.
Something to think about for next time. Tell us which dynasty you thought was best.
Yeah, definitely let us
And then,
know
the
any
obscure
sports, all
ones.
opinions,
I
absolutely.
do actually want to know the obscure ones.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
kinda
Y'all
like
Yeah.
comment. Let us know some obscure.
Yeah, we'll
dynasties.
post it up on the socials. You guys let us know what your thoughts are on those. We'll shout you out. Give us a comment. So,
Yep.
All right, we'll see you next week, and we'll see what the next round of the NFL playoffs is. Later.